In an ever-changing world, each day brings with it new frontiers to conquer. New possibilities, newer paradigms. And each time, we're faced with two choices. To accept the tyranny of the unchanging, the barriers of the unimaginative, and accept as our faith any misfortune. Or we could face these hurdles head-on, shine light unto the darkest corners, and find others on the same path as us. And together, build a world in our image, where our collective vision makes way for the skies, sowing the seeds of the future alongside bright minds. And as we choose to persist, progress, and prosper, we build gardens of our own.
How's everybody doing? Welcome, everybody. My name is Kartik.
And I'm Nishant.
We're super excited to welcome all of you to ETHIndia 2022. Nishant, it's been 3 years since I've seen you last. How are you doing?
You know, Kartik, just persevering through the winter with warm water and a cold wallet. And Kartik, it's also, like you mentioned, it's been 3 years since you came to India last. How is India treating you?
Well, my body doesn't know what time it is, but I feel amazing.
Well, for your information, it's 8 p.m. And you know, Kartik, it's not in every event that you get a chance to wish the whole crowd good morning in the night and get away with it. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that opportunity and wish everyone, GM, 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 welcome to Bengaluru!
Woo! You know, most people don't know this, but we launched ETH Global by publishing a Medium blog post on Valentine's Day in 2018. And we talked about our plans to go to the rest of the world and get people excited about Ethereum. 6 days after, I got a cold email from a person named Shakti Gop saying there's a lot of people in Bangalore that are excited about this space and ETH Global should come and do an event. That was the single most convincing cold email I had ever received. And a few months later, we did the first ever ETHIndia in 2018. That event was 200 people. That was the entirety of that space in the Bengaluru and the rest of the country. And the year after, we came back and we got to 400 people. And here we are standing in front of 2,000.
2,000, that's a big number. You know, it's really hard. It was really hard, at least for me, to imagine what it would be like to stand in front of 2,000 people. So you know what I did? I imagined a group of 20 people and then multiplied that by 100. And imagining even that, just imagining that was less intimidating than actually standing here today. I haven't really been, you know, under one roof with 2,000 people simultaneously, but I bet you have since you attend so many events. And
actually, I haven't. This is the biggest event we've ever done.
Whoa!
2,000.
2,000. You know, Kartik, like you said, you know, with the first ETHIndia came the awareness of Web3 and Ethereum into India. And, you know, people got to know about it. And you wouldn't know, but it was actually first time for me too, during ETHIndia 2018, when I learned about the philosophy underlying Web3, the philosophy of decentralization and trustlessness. You know, that you can truly create something for the people, something that's open source, transparent, and more democratic than many democracies. And whatever I understood from that idea, I actually put in a t-shirt that I designed a very few days ago before flying to ETH San Francisco in 2018.
Which back then was the biggest one we'd ever done, and here we are, twice as big.
Twice as big. And yeah, here is the t-shirt that I designed. It is very lovingly referred to by my friends and colleagues as the People t-shirt, and also as the poople t-shirt by some severely intelligent people. So yeah, Karthik, 2,000 verified, vetted, and young Web3 engineers. The youngest among us tonight is just 14 years old.
Wow.
And as we have grown from 200 to 400 and then to 2,000, Web3, like any other technology, has also grown, through its stages, starting from small rooms, then smaller offices, then bigger offices, to hobbyist homes, and finally ready to take over the world. And I believe we are at that inflection point when we are ready to take over the world. Everyone is watching us and we are making the moves. And if not at that point, at least we are very close to it.
I definitely agree. Look at the 2,000 people in front of you.
Yeah. And at this stage, we love talking about numbers, don't we, Karthik? We love talking about that. There's a $2 trillion market cap. We love talking about the salaries in Web3 is $100,000 and $300,000 and all that, right? Numbers have a beautiful way of abstracting complexity into simple trends like growth and fall and rise and decline, etc. Numbers are the most beautiful invention and a bedrock of our society and economy. But one of my favorite science fiction authors said that the only true way to achieve artistic wholeness is to create with one human in mind. And you might say, that's a great quote, Nash, but that's what art. We here are makers of software. We make software. Is software art? And I would say that yes, software is art. And sometimes when software works well, it is more than art. It is magic. And lest we forget that the only species on this planet capable of experiencing magic and availing direct benefits of it are humans. And Karthik, if we just keep talking about the numbers, we will forget about the people. And not only it's important that we keep the people that we are building for in mind, but it's also important that we keep in mind the people that built for us. And like Karthik mentioned, in most part, all of us being here tonight owe to one man, Shakti Gop, the founder and CEO of Devfolio. He's no longer among us. And, this is the last time that I'm ever going to say his full name because he will always be Shakti sir for me. Because in our college, we had this tradition of suffixing sir at the end of a senior's name. I don't know if it's still the case. Someone from the audience who was also in my college can clarify that. But I never call him sir just because of that reason. I call him that because he was my friend, my mentor, and possibly the only person outside of my immediate family to truly believe in my abilities. And I would have been really happy if it was just me he believed in. But he believed in the potential of entire young India, the pulsating potential that dies if not given a nurturing community, a nurturing environment, and opportunities. And that has been our goal from the very first day since we started Devfolio. The first seeds of this vision was sowed in 2015 when we organized the first version of in-out hackathon at our college. That was just 45 people in one room. And the journey from then till now has been absolutely intoxicating. Shakti sir was born in a small town of Jhansi, and he studied MSc Physics from NIT Surat. Not by choice, but because at that time, this particular college had one of the best internet infrastructure of the entire country. And he really wanted to be there because back in 2011, having fast, unlimited internet could open so many doors of opportunity for you. And so that is how he found a way to be there, to apply for MSc and not go through the cutthroat engineering exam, plague the country still. He always found a way in the true entrepreneurial sense. And I was also one of the participants of the first in-out, and I won the third prize there. And no doubt, it changed the trajectory of my life from then. And it's just not my story. It's the story of many, many, many builders from India who have come in contact with Devfolio, with ETHIndia, and everything else that we do.
And we've seen that firsthand as people have come to us in the last 2 days sharing this directly.
Yeah. And, Shakti sir was never fond of the limelight. You'd have never seen him. He was always sitting in the corner, trying to put out fires, pushing everyone ahead of him, and never really asking for attention. And he would have absolutely hated the idea of putting this big picture of his in front of 2,000 and even more people. But just for once, if he can see, I wanted him to see all the people that he worked for. And I wanted you all to see the human that worked for you, because it's all about people in the end. And this is possibly the most naive and non-technical advice that you'll receive for the entire duration of this hackathon, but as you are building, please don't forget about the people.
Shakti was a great man and a good friend, and we owe a lot of this to him. It started with ETHIndia, where we took this typical photo every year behind this backdrop, showcasing all the good things that we knew about it. This is 2018. This is us in 2019. And I can't wait to see what this weekend is going to look like. So with that, I'd love to get started with ETHIndia 2022. For those of you who are joining us for the first time, this is my typical line telling you all that this is not a conference. This event is an ETH Global Hackathon organized by ETH Global in participation and collaboration with DevFolio. And our mission is to bring in thousands of developers into the Web3 ecosystem. And this is why we focus on building. This is a hackathon. Everything here is about builders. And this is a place for all of you to learn, mentor, get help, and grow as individuals. And we really believe showing is way more important than telling. You won't see back-to-back talks here because our goal is about empowering you and increasing your skill sets. And this brings us to the third ETHIndia ETH Global has done. This is Asia's biggest Ethereum hackathon and officially ETH Global's biggest event ever. We have over 2,000 people from 321 cities and 34 countries in the building today. On top of that, 44% of them are new to Web3. This is an incredible amount of audience that is getting into this ecosystem. So please give them a big round of applause for taking the chance to build something that they're excited about. We put everybody on a map to see where they were coming from, but the best part of it is that for the first time ever, we're gonna zoom in and see the representation in India. This is incredible. And I can't wait to meet so many of you here and learn about what excites all of you. On top of that, we have 317 ecosystem mentors, 13 technical mentors who are here to answer all of your questions, and 27 workshops covering how all amazing protocols here work. And because this is not a conference, we're gonna do just 5 talks. All the talks are gonna happen tomorrow. We're going to have Jeremy talk about liquidity pools and DeFi infrastructure and how to take advantage of what's happening in this space. Muli is going to talk about how do we make our contracts secure and add formal verification. Susmit is going to talk about pioneering RTC and making that more decentralized. And Juan Benet from Protocol Labs is going to talk about how do we build and raise for Web3 startups in 2023 with everything that's happening in this space. Now, I said 5 talks, and there's only 4 here. So, to reveal the surprise, we're going to have Vitalik here tomorrow, joining in via Zoom, answering questions about the future of this ecosystem. That's going to happen at 5:30 on this main stage. All talks are here, going to be where I'm standing right now. And we have $350,000 of prizes. We're going to give all of that away this weekend, and we're going to go into all those details for all of you very soon. I want to quickly shout out to the 45 incredible partners that have helped make this event possible. So to give them a big round of applause, I'm going to have all of you thank them with me. So I want to give a big shout out to Bioconomy, Polygon, Questbook, WorldCoin, Push Protocol, IPFS, Filecoin, Ethereum Foundation, StackOS, ZK-Bob, Covalent. Come on, keep clapping. Cartesi, Connex, Infura, EtherSpot, EY, ENS, Safe, Hyperlane, Instadap, LeFi, Dune, LivePeer, Mina, Powerloom, Valis, The Graph, CoinDCX, Gnosis Chain, Lens, Moonbeam, Marlin, NFT Port, QuickNote, Router Protocol, Shardium, Start on, Eigenlayer, Revise, Huddle 01, Chronos, AWS, the Dapple, Samudai, Hashtag, and CoinShift. All of these amazing people are here. Excited to talk to all of you. And they're giving away a lot of prizes. And we're going to cover all of that soon. So before we go into all of this, I want to make sure we take the next 10 minutes to talk about how everything is set up this weekend. So let's go into what we're going to cover. We're going to talk about venue and activities, how you can get help for your projects, all the prizes, of course, all the workshops that are happening, how judging works, how team formation works. We also have an amazing fireside chat here with you right after that. So before we go into all those logistics, a quick reminder to all of you about security. Everybody must have their wristband and their lanyards on them at all times. Because this is a 24/7 venue, we are going to tighten up the security at night. So if you do not have both of them on you, you will not be allowed to enter either of these buildings. Very simply, no wristband equals no entry. Do not try to cut this off because we will also not be reissuing a second one for you. So please, please, please keep your wristbands on. On top of that, this is a 24/7 access facility for the weekend, so do not leave your belongings unattended. There is a cloakroom, but there's a clear process for how you can keep your stuff there. If you lose something and you were not attentive about it, neither ETH Global nor DevFolio will be able to help you or be responsible for anything that you are going to misplace. Let's talk about venue and activities.
Yeah, okay, let's talk about the anatomy of the venue. There are two halls. This is the new hall where you're sitting. It's got the main stage. It's got the hacking tables, or the partner booths are here. The workshop rooms are here too, and the most important information of them all is the resting zones are here, but the resting zones in hall 1 are only for females. The old hall where you did your check-in, has the resting zones for the males only. So again, females in the new hall and males resting zone in the old hall. We've got more hacking tables there, and we've got games, food, and judging all happening in the old hall. And you've already seen the snack area outside, and yes, they do accept crypto. No, I'm just kidding. It's all free, how much ever you can eat. And then we are going to have activities. We have kite flying tomorrow right outside the venue, 4 to 6 p.m. I suggest you join it, especially if you have not flown a kite before. It's really fun. And then we've got meditation happening tomorrow from 6 to 7 p.m., a great way to take your mind off coding and relax for a bit.
Amazing. And let's talk about communication. All of you here should be on the Discord. That means if you're an accepted hacker or a partner or a mentor or a judge, all of you will have special permissions to see the channels that are only visible to ETHIndia attendees. You can go there, you'll know this because you'll see a ETHIndia sidebar section, and you can do that by heading over to your hacker dashboard and connecting Discord. And this is where you can talk to all of our partners and get help on any of the prizes or protocols that you're trying to work with, and just get those questions answered by everybody that's part of that team here. And also, let's remember, you're in person. You can talk to each other. Just go walk up to the booth if you have any questions, or just shout if somebody knows something, and chances are you will get that help that you need. And all the official communication will also be on Discord, which means that when Sunday comes up and we are doing judging, anywhere from telling you if something is on schedule to where things are to what things are not on track, or us even contacting some of the teams to be ready for some demos, we will be messaging all of you on Discord. So please make sure that you are actively monitoring Discord. And everything else is on the website. The official source of truth is the website, which means whatever it says on the website is what we're going to be following. So please keep an eye out on the website for all the details. And for those of you who need a reminder on what the website is, it's ethindia.co. All right, so the most common question we get is, how does this hackathon work, and what can I do here, and when can I start? Well, the good news is that you can start hacking on your projects now, and you can work with people of up to 5 on your team. You are also allowed to and able to work on your own. You don't have to have a team, so you can have anyone from 1 to 5 people submitting a project. You have 36 hours to hack, technically 36.5 hours, which is 9 a.m. Until the submission deadline, and I'm going to talk about what all that means. And before I talk about how judging is set up and how submission works, a quick refresher on the rules. Everything that you are going to be submitting must be done from scratch. You cannot build on an existing project. You cannot add any features to something you've already done. That would disqualify you from winning any prizes. And if you are not a confirmed hacker, which means that you do not show up on the dashboard, we will not be giving any prizes to a person that's not listed on a team or a confirmed hacker. So if you are working with somebody on a team, please make sure that every team member is in fact a confirmed hacker. If you have any other questions, you can find me, anybody on the Devfolio team, or send us a question on Discord or email. We'll be monitoring all those channels and answering those things for you. And there's amazing content that's available on demand on the prizes page. All the workshops are live streamed and recorded, and everything is also happening here today and tomorrow. So if you miss out something or you're sleepy, you can just go to ethglobal.tv and just watch all the videos on demand and catch up and pause and zoom in on the code or anything else you want to do. We're making sure that you don't get to miss anything because of any conflict. And for those of you who are still looking to form a team or looking for team members, in Workshop Room 1, which is right behind all of you here, we're going to be hosting a team building session right after I stop talking in an hour, from 9:30 to 10:30, and you get to meet other people who are also looking for other teammates or are looking to join a team and they have a particular skill set. So the submissions are due at 9 a.m. on Sunday. This is how all of this works. At 9 a.m., you'll be required to submit all of your projects and give all the details, and then we will be doing 2 forms of judging. There's going to be a main judging and a partner judging process. Both of them happen at the same time in parallel, starting from 9:30 a.m. and it goes until 12:30 p.m. Once you submit a project, you will go to the other hall for the main judging. Once you get to that hall, you will be assigned a room number and you'll be presenting to our judges on what you built. After you're done, you get to come back here, find the partner and the sponsor that you are applying for a prize, and go to that table and demo to them as well. This means you have to figure out what is the right time for you to pick which one of these things you do first. If you are too late in the main judging process, you can go to the partners first and then come back to the main judging. Or if you are one of the first teams at 9:30 a.m. to go to the main judging process, you get to do first and then come back and do partner judging. You also have to do that for every partner. So if you picked on your prizes 3 companies that you are applying for, you're going to have to demo 3 times to them and then 1 more time for the main judging. So make sure that you are accounting for this time, because we have to judge hundreds of projects in that same window to make sure that we adhere to the same schedule, because people have flights and travel plans that we cannot delay for. How does that work? Everything will be given 7 minutes in total to demo, of which 4 minutes are going to be for your demo. You can do a live demo, of course, and we recommend that you record a demo of your project, so in case something goes wrong, whether it's the internet or a mainnet transaction, you can still just show how it's supposed to work and you don't lose all of the hard work that you've done. Really, really, really remind you to not do this last minute, because this will take a lot of time, at least an hour. So make sure that you are readying yourselves and you can check out the project submission form and get all the things right, and you rehearse some of your demos to really take the best advantage of the 4 minutes that you have. All these details are going to be on your dashboard, and we'll also be sharing all of this on Discord. And of course, if you forget to specify that you're applying for a prize with one of our partners, there is no way that we would know that you wanted that prize. So do not forget to select that button, because we cannot know that you wanted to apply there. And if you go to them, they will have no record of you, because they will not see your project on the list, and that would complicate a lot of things for you and them. So make sure you check and triple check all the prizes you're going for. And just another reminder, you can go to the partners before or after the main judging. Just make sure you are coordinating all the parallel processes that you need to do. And lastly, I want to remind everybody of the code of conduct. The rules of being at this event are fairly straightforward. In short, please be respectful to everybody else here. Harassment in any form will not be tolerated, and we will take immediate action and kick you out if you are behaving inappropriately. In terms of the criteria, anything that you build here is going to be fully owned by you, and you retain the full IP of all of your work. If you have any other questions, or if you need any help, or if you need to report anything, please message anybody on the ETHIndia team, and we'll be on it immediately. So that's everything on the logistics. Now I want to invite a few of our amazing partners to kind of come in and tell us about the things that they're excited about. So without further ado, let's welcome Nikki from IPFS and Filecoin to share some thoughts on what they're building.
Hi, Hi, everybody. Extremely excited to be here. This is my very first ETHIndia in-person hackathon, and I cannot wait to tell you about the bounties that we are giving out at ETHIndia. So this time, we are going to award bounties for using Filecoin, Filecoin Virtual Machine, FVM, and also Bacalhau. So quickly, for those of you who don't know what IPFS is, it makes the web work peer-to-peer, makes it robust and verifiable. Come find me at the booth if you want a 2-second 101, 10-second 101 on how this happens. Filecoin is the biggest decentralized storage network and is built on top of IPFS. Filecoin Virtual Machine, the latest development in our ecosystem. It delivers on-chain programmability to the Filecoin network, which means you can write smart contracts in Solidity and deploy them on top of Filecoin and do compute over it. FEVM is in testnet, and we are excited for people to build new projects on top of it. This is the very first in-person hackathon where FVM testnet is like ready to build on. What all can you build? Practically everything. Data DAOs, NFT projects, blending projects, go wild. Take a picture of the QR code over here to find all resources about FVM. There's mentors available around the clock on the sponsor channel, IPFS Filecoin, on ETH Global Discord. So please either find us at the booth or post on the channel. There's somebody available 24 hours to answer your questions. Bacalhau is a network of open compute resources made available to serve any data processing workload. So this is distributed compute instead of it being in like a centralized single server. This is also a very new project, and we are very excited to see what comes in. Now, what are the prizes we are giving away? We have 2 tracks. There's the Storage Wizard track. You can build anything using Web3 storage, NFT storage, or Bacalhau and qualify for this track. The second is the FVM track. Build anything using FEVM, deploy it to Wallaby testnet, and you qualify for this track. We have $10,000 in prizes for each of these tracks. It has top 3 winners, $2,000 each, and 10 pool prizes for each of these tracks. So totally 26 teams stand to win prizes. We have a lot of grants and other programs which you can apply to at a later stage if 2 days hasn't been enough for you to explore all the technologies. Look for mentors on the sponsors IPFS Filecoin channel on ETH Global Discord. After the hackathon, the story never ends. If you're looking for ideas to build on FVM, the first QR code has a very long list of projects you could just pick, problem statements that you could just pick and start building on. And all the other post-hack opportunities can be found on the hackathon's website. Do go there, and we have a booth, and we'll always be there to answer any questions you have. Thank you very much. All of these resources are also posted on the Discord channel, and good luck. Oops. Yeah. Thank you.
Go give it to him. Thanks, Nikki. Next up, we have Sachin from Bioeconomy. Please give Sachin a big round of applause. The green button.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for the warm welcome. And it's really great to see, all of you showing up here. That shows how well the whole Web3, developed community has growing. So if we just, go back in time a bit and see how the whole, past 1 year has been for us, I mean, there has been a lot of volatility. You must have seen and you must have heard about, stories of crypto crashes happening, centralized point of failures, and, people saying Web3 is dead or, Web3 is over. But that's not why we are here today, right? We are here because we believe in Web3 and we are all heads down and, building towards the future. and building is all, what we are here to do. So we are really, proud to, partner with ETHIndia as a sponsor, just to grow the whole Web3 developer, community. And, from the past events, you must have learned, till now the importance of self-custody, right? And how important the decentralization is. There's a saying, decentralization doesn't matter until it does, and it does now. So, but how do you build these, application that has the self-custody? And it's really hard to build these applications, and that's why, for the past majority of this year, we have been heads down building this developer toolkit, which is called Biconomy SDK, that is, solving the problems for developers to build these self-custody application, but without compromising on the user experience and the decentralization and ownership. So this Biconomy SDK, you can find solutions right from onboarding until engagement for, on an application. So you can find modules like social logins, where you can, log in your users using the social accounts. You can find solution for fiat onboarding. And then on the engagement part, you can utilize gasless transactions, cross-chain transactions, and even the transactions where users are paying gas fees in ERC20 tokens. So all of these, solutions from onboarding till engagement, all of them are packaged under one SDK, which is Biconomy SDK. And we have 3 bounties, worth $10,000. You can just check the bounties, on ETHIndia page. And our booth is there. We are all here for the next, 2 days, just to help you out. If you have any problems, if you run into any queries, all our engineering team is here who have actually worked on the product. So they are the best person, to help you out. And yeah, all the best, to all the developers out there and all the hackers. And I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up is Rahat from Polygon. Please give Rahat a big round of applause.
Bangalore, what's up? Come on, man. No, that wasn't. How did I say what's up and what did you say? Bangalore, what's up? There we go. My name is Rahat. I am here to tell you a little bit about Polygon, though a lot of you probably don't need an introduction to it, but I'll do a little bit of an intro here. We're Polygon, Ethereum's Internet of Blockchains here at ETHIndia, here to support all of you hackers, all of you builders out here. And a little bit about Polygon in case, the 44% of you who are new to Web3. Polygon started off as a scaling solution with this premier product, which was the Polygon blockchain, built on something called a public plasma checkpoint nodes. And this was awesome. This was a great way to make building on Ethereum a lot more accessible to a lot more folks all around the world. Since then, though, we have become what's called a Swiss Army knife of Ethereum scaling. So it's not just the Polygon blockchain that you have now. We've got a whole suite of solutions that you can build with. Just a little while ago, I gave a workshop on Polygon ID. So if you want to go in, learn more about self-sovereign identity, ZK proofs and all that, that's a workshop you can go back to. And how do you start building on Polygon, right? The cool thing is, why do devs love Polygon? All of the tools that you already use in the Ethereum ecosystem map one-to-one right over to Polygon. So we already have the best developer ecosystem in all of Web3. That's all of you. That's everyone in the Ethereum ecosystem. Your Solidity tools, your JavaScript tools, all of the amazing tools that already exist are usable right off the bat. And we've got $20,000 in prizes for you today. So here are some of the bounties. I'm just going to go through them really quick. We have $4,000 available for best use of Polygon ID. Top 4 projects built on Polygon ID will be receiving $1,000 each. $4,000 for the best DeFi projects. Our DeFi team has given some suggestions on different projects that you can build. So those are all available through the ETHIndia website. And $4,000 for best public goods and $4,000 for best UX. I actually did a UX workshop for a previous ETH Global hackathon, so definitely check that out to understand what kind of UX we're actually looking for. And the final one is $4,000 for best developer tools or DAO tooling. So one thing to make sure that you do whenever you submit, make sure to include a link to a deployed contract in your README. This could be deployed on the Polygon Mumbai test network. It could be deployed on the Polygon mainnet. It could also be deployed on the ZK EVM test network, which is available right now for you to deploy on. So thank you. Really, really excited to be building with you all through this weekend. I'll be available at the booth, and so will the rest of the Polygon team. Thanks.
Yeah. Amazing. Well, none of you should be strangers to Polygon, and we'll talk a lot more about that. But up next, I want to bring in Harsh, and not Richa, from Push Protocol.
Hey everyone, I'm Richa. Hey hackers, what's up? So yeah, as Karthik introduced, I am Harsh, founder of Push Protocol. Let's talk about very quickly what we do. Awesome. So yeah, we are going to talk about what, why, and the bounties, and hopefully in under 2 minutes. Let's get started. So first of all, why? So if you look at Web 2, you will notice everything starts with a notification. Whenever you pull up your phone, you have notifications from app, and that drives you, their users, back to them. Even when you're chatting on WhatsApp, you're not chatting, you're actually notifying the other person, and that's how chat occurs. Even if you're FaceTiming someone, again, notifications. But surprise, surprise, notification was not a reality on Web3 before Push. And actually, fun fact, Push was created and started from ETH Global 2020. How cool is that? Woo! Awesome. From then to now, we have 18 million notifications. We have over 100 plus integrations, and notifications are flowing to 80,000 subscribers. These are some of our friends of Push. And finally, the bounties. So yeah, we have $6,000 for Push Chat. Anyone implementing Push Chat gets that. Not anyone, we have first, second, third prize. Same for Push notifications. But yeah, we have a very special prize, $8,000 split among everyone that builds on Push. Thank you very much. Clap, guys.
Amazing. It's always amazing to see projects that were hackathon projects and they're now full-blown protocols and companies in this space. All right, a couple more partners to go. I want to now invite Flywheel to talk about WorldCoin. Please give him a big round of applause.
GM, everyone. I'm Flywheel. I work at WorldCoin, and I'm so excited to be here. It feels amazing to see all of you building today, and we're so happy to be here. So to talk a little bit about what WorldCoin is, in case you don't know and you haven't seen this little thing called the orb. WorldCoin started from the premise that, crypto is awesome, and unfortunately, the value is being hoarded by 2% of the population. So what if Bitcoin would have started by giving 1 Bitcoin to each person? Of course, this is not possible today with Bitcoin, so that's why we decided to create the WorldCoin token. So the WorldCoin token is a limited supply token, 10 billion tokens, and every human on the planet can claim a free share of WorldCoin just because they're humans. Of course, the very quick problem we run into is how do we make sure that each person only claims their share once, and that's why we created World ID. So World ID is a privacy-preserving proof of personhood protocol. It's enabled by the orb. It enables civil resistance at scale. So it basically lets you prove that you're a real person that have never done something before, like voting, airdrops, and minting NFTs, and a bunch of other things. So think of actual democratic voting and things like that. So this is a fully open protocol, fully decentralized. We're currently live on Polygon mainnet. And you can start building right away. Go to worldcoin.org/ETHIndia. we have a bunch of prizes, $20,000 up for grabs in different categories, including a prize pool. So we wanna get as many of you building on World ID as possible. And good luck to you all. Thank you.
Amazing. And one more to go. Please join me in welcoming Abhilash from Questbook. Got a fan base here.
Hey, hello everyone. I'm Abhilash. What is Questbook? Questbook, for all the devs here, I'm also a dev. Questbook is your best friend before the hackathon, after the hackathon. Questbook helps you get grants. You can go to Questbook after this hackathon. You can apply for grants. Before the hackathon also, you can go check out before the next hackathon. So that's Questbook. So we work with multiple protocols to run grant programs. So most of the grant programs, they're typically run by committees right now, and they have a whole bunch of problems. And we came up with a spec to fix those problems. So grants draws, they're typically run by committees, and the committees typically do not have developers, so they have huge blind spots. They don't even understand which developer tools are going to be important next, and so on and so forth. So instead, like, what if we leverage a community of experts, and what if the grants turnaround time is a week instead of like months that is right now? And what if the grants are completely on-chain, full transparency and accountability? So we work with Polygon, Aave, Compound, and a whole bunch of protocols to make grants process seamless. So right after this hackathon, you can go to Questbook and apply for a grant with any of the protocols. So just today, we put out a proposal with Compound to disburse $1 million for builders. So this proposal just got approved today. So yeah, this $1 million is going to be given out in grants for developer tools, governance tools, multi-chain strategy, and a whole bunch of these things. So all this is public data. You can check it out. And once again, what is Questbook? Questbook is your best friend before hackathon, after hackathon. If you want to continue building, come to Questbook, apply for a grant. DAOs typically slow things down. It doesn't have to be that way. So we work with protocols so that devs can keep building. So hit me up if you are interested in running an effective community-run grants program. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, those were just some of our partners. And the next thing I want to do is use this opening ceremony as an opportunity to bring on somebody special in this space. We usually use this hour to talk about what all of us are excited about in the future. And today, I'm excited to welcome Sandeep from Polygon. We're going to cover a lot of things about the future of the space, India, Web3, and a man who needs no introduction, of course, here. Super honored to have the chance to share the stage with you. All right. Now I'm going to try to talk really fast for 5 minutes and get all of you ready to hack. The next stuff and the only thing remaining is all the prizes. So let's try to do this very quickly. $350,000 of prizes to be won. I'm going to talk about what all of these prizes are, and then I'm going to tell you where you can find all the specific details for all of them. So let's start with IPFS and Filecoin. There are 2 tracks. One of them is a general storage track and an FEM track. Each of these tracks are offering $10,000 each. So you can get $2,000 for 3 teams for the best general storage track, which is just using IPFS or Filecoin. And there's a pool prize of $4,000, which means anybody who uses IPFS or Filecoin will be splitting this amount for up to $500 per person. Then the FEM track is if you get to deploy your contract to the Filecoin virtual machine, you can also win $6,000 with $2,000 of 3 times of those prizes and a pool prize for anybody deploying on FEM. Next up is the Polygon prize. A lot of amazing categories and prizes from Polygon. So the best use of Polygon ID goes to $4,000 for a team. The best DeFi project will also win $4,000. The best public goods project will win $4,000. The best UX or DevX project will also win $4,000. And the best developer tool or DAO tooling is also going to win $4,000. Next up is WorldCoin. So a lot of categories for WorldCoin too. The best overall app of WorldCoin using the proof of personhood protocol will receive $4,000. The best governance app on WorldCoin will be getting $3,000. The best social and most creative use case of WorldCoin will be getting $3,000 as well. And 4 honorable mentions of $1,000 and a $3,000 prize pool, which means any project building on WorldCoin will be splitting this amount evenly. Then we have Push Protocol. They have 2 parallel tracks. For the Push Chat implementation, you can win $3,000, $2,000, and $1,000 for first, second, third place. And for the Push Notification implementations, you can also win $3,000, $2,000, and $1,000 for first, second, and third place. And an $8,000 pool, which means as long as you use Push Protocol in your project, you will be splitting $8,000 evenly with all the other projects. Next up is Bioeconomy. So 3 different categories for Bioeconomy prizes. The best module on the SDK will win $3,000. The best transaction batching application will win $2,000, and a pool prize category of $5,000, which means $250 to each team. Up to 20 teams here can win a prize for just deploying and using Bioeconomy's SDK. Next up is Lee Finance. So 2 tracks here. For the best use of LeFi's SDK for a customizable widget, we'll get $2,500 for the first place, $1,250 for second, $750 for third, and a runner-up for $500. And the best contract call cross-chain application will get $2,000 for the first place, $1,000 for second, and $500 for third place. They also have a pool prize for $1,500. Next up is the Ethereum Foundation prizes. So they have 2 categories of really important projects they want you to build on. For any browser-based or wallet-based application that uses ERC 4337 will win $2,500 up to 2 teams. And we also want a good developer experience for the EIP 4337 to come into play. And there are 2 prizes for this category as well for $2,500 each. Next up is ZK Bob. So 5 teams can win $2,000 for just the best integration and using the ZK Bob API. And this will be paid in Bob tokens. Next up is Valist. A lot of prizes from Valist. So the best use of software licensing NFT using the Valist protocol will have $1,000 given up to 2 teams. The best app or games deployed on Valist will get, 6 of them will get $500 each, and a $5,000 pool prize category that's going to split everything evenly with all the participants. Next up, we have the Graph. So the Graph has two categories. For the best subgraph explorer, you will get $2,200 for the first place and $800 for the runner-up. And the best use of an existing subgraph on your project will get $1,500 for the first place and $500 for the runner-up. And then there's a pool prize for $2,000. Next up is StackOS. StackOS is going to give a prize to anybody who deploys in conjunction with Polygon or Ethereum for using the SDK, $2,200 for the first place, $800 for second, and for using their dCloud protocol or platform, you will get $1,500 for the first place and $500 for second, and a $5,000 pool prize category. Next up is Powerloom. For the Powerloom prizes, the first place will get $4,000, second place will get $3,000, and the third place will get $2,000 for the best use of Powerloom, and a $1,000 pool prize for general integrations. Then we have EtherSpot. They have a lot of prizes for account abstraction, so the best account abstraction will get $4,000. The best protocol integration on Bidler will get $2,500, and the best integration will get $1,500. And if you also work with LeFi protocol and SDK, you will get $750, $450, and $300 for first, second, and third place. Next up is Mina Protocol. Mina Protocol is keeping things simple. $4,000 for the first place, $3,000 for second, and $2,000 for third place, and $1,000 pool prize category. Then we have LivePeer. So the best live streaming use cases for their Studio API will get $5,000 for first place, $3,000 for second, and $2,000 for third place. Next up is Cartesi, $5,000 for first place, $3,000 for second place, and $2,000 for third place best integrations. Then we have InstantApp, an amazing ETH Global project as well from the very first ETHIndia. So they have 2 prizes for $3,000 for the best creative integration of InstantApp, and 2 $2,000 prizes for the best smart integration of the InstantApp protocol. Then we have Hyperlane. So the best interchain API will get $4,000 from Hyperlane. The best DeFi-related hack will get $2,000, and the best NFT-related cross-chain application will get $2,000. And then a catch-all general infrastructure governance or gaming category will receive $2,000 as well. Next up, we have Gnosis Safe or Safe. And the best project on top of Safe, one project will get $10,000. This is going to be intense. Next up is EY. So the best EY integration will go $1,500 for the first, and the runner-up $1,000 prize. Then we have ENS. ENS is giving $3,000 for the first place best use of ENS on their protocols, and $2,000 for the second place, and a $5,000 pool prize category for any project that uses ENS names and avatars. Next up, we have Dune and Dune Analytics. We have 5 $2,000 winners for the best Dune API integrations, and you're also going to get limited edition swag for all the winning teams. Next up is Covalent. So $3,000 for the first place, $2,000 for second place, and $1,000 for third place for the best use of Covalent APIs, and a $4,000 pool prize category. Then we have Infura. 5 teams will get $2,000 for building on MetaMask snaps. There's a lot of stuff that you can do on MetaMask snaps, so check that out. Next up, we have Connext. A lot of categories here. So the best project on Connext will get $5,000. The best cross-chain integration will get $1,000. The best cross-chain DAO will get $1,000. And the best NFT hash and Connext integration will get $1,000. And the best new cross-chain use case will get $1,000 and a $1,000 pool prize category for using cross-call. And Huddle, Revise, CoinDCX, Stardon, ChartDM, Router Protocol have $5,000 in prizes. And so do Moonbeam, Marlin, Lens Protocol, Gnosis Chain, Kronos, NFT Port, and QuickNode. They're all offering $5,000 each. And you can see all the details on what the prizes are, how you can qualify, links to the SDK on ethindia.co/prizes. I have now done enough talking. So as we end this thing, I want to remind everybody that please, please, please pace yourself. We really want this thing to be fun and not exhausting for all of you. We want to make sure you use this as an opportunity to learn and understand what's possible in this space. And this is very much about experimentation, as we just talked about with Sandeep. So the hope is that you get to try something that you hadn't tried before. And with that, I wish all of you happy hacking. Let's get hacking, everybody, and we'll see you here tomorrow.